Now, as a refresher, Abdullah ibn al-Khabbab ibn al-Arat, who was killed by these dissidents, his father al-Khabbab was one of the Muslims would say one of the mustad'af sahabis around the Prophet. He came from a background of poverty. Before he became a Muslim, he used to make or manufacture swords, something akin to a blacksmith. And not to go into the details of his life, but he was one of these persons or personalities around the Prophet that was, as a matter of consensus, respected by the rest of Muslim society. So as Al-Imam was embarking on the final military showdown between him and the instigator of all of this, Muawiyah, in Damascus, and we don't say this with any complexes, we don't say this with hate or rancor or bad feelings. We say this trying to state the fact. That's all. As the Islamic fighting force was regrouping under the leadership of the Imam, then all of a sudden this happened. And these dissidents now, after committing this crime, this was a crime by any standard. Okay, Abdullah ibn Khabbab ibn al-Arat did not agree with you concerning your opinion. Why kill him? And why show the capacity to do further killing among the Muslims? You kill an innocent man who holds a political opinion that doesn't agree with you. And then you kill innocent Muslim women who also disagree with you. So now, public opinion, once again, brothers and sisters, public opinion in the camp of an Imam Ali said, let's not go to Damascus. Now we have an internal problem we have to deal with. And these dissidents now had gone to a place called An-Nahrawan. This is an area in Iraq, a place called Diyala. The region called An-Nahrawan is east of the Tigris River. They had gone there, and the Imam put together now the force that was supposed to go to meet the instigator behind all of this, found itself now diverted to deal with this new problem. So after the defections from these dissidents had joined the Imam, after they were at one time maybe 12 to 18,000, because of the contact Muslims had. Imagine if an Imam had the mentality and the social policy of not speaking to other Muslims who disagreed with him. The results would not have been what we had. The numbers shrank. The numbers of these dissidents shrank from the teens of thousands, 12 or 18,000. And now they were only 3,000. The others went to Kufa and went to the Imam. The fighting force now went to Nahrawan. And once again, the Muslims under the command of the Imam were not intent on beginning a fight. they said even though they were in military gear, they were given orders not to initiate any fight with these opponents. But these opponents now were in a mentality and in a fiery attitude to commence warfare. So when the two sides met, these dissidents who numbered around 3,000 attacked with their arms and with their wherewithal the army of the Imam, and they caused it to split into two, a left flank and a right flank. And after that initial thrust, the larger army of the Imam recouped and regrouped and managed to finish them off entirely. All of them. The 3,000 or so, little more, little less, who were there, all of them were killed. Brothers and sisters, this is not an easy issue to consider. When we ferment these developments in our own minds and hearts, it is truly something difficult to deal with. Their leader, Al Asi, was killed. All of them were killed. And when you think about it, why were they killed? Because they held on to an opinion that was in theoretical terms correct, but in practical terms they were wrong. And because of that, they ended up with this tragic outcome at Al-Nahrawan. And now Al-Imam Ali had to return with his soldiers to Kufa. But who are his soldiers? His soldiers are the brothers and the fathers and the sons and the cousins and the friends of these 3,000 who were just killed. This wasn't a foreign invading force. It wasn't an army that came from a faraway land. These were the same families and the same blood relationship and social nexus. So imagine what the psychology of these people were right now. This army now that was commanded by the Imam, how it felt after 3,000 of its own were killed. In other words, now they were in no mood for fighting. In today's snapshot words, they were demoralized. They may have not expressed this in such words, but now they were ready to concede to whatever force there was. They didn't want to go on in this cousin against cousin, family against family warfare that they were in. Remember, at the time of Al-Jamal, the people of Kufa scored victory against the people of Basra. And they came back because these were two separate population blocks. But now it was totally different. It was the same Islamic population block that suffered its first victory and its first defeat at the same time.